going on, aliens? I'm Mike Rosa, and today I'm with my friend Francesca.
What's up, aliens? Today we're going to be doing our top 5 tighter core and butt exercises.
So these are combo exercises, so you'll be working the core and the booty at the same time. Now real quick before I get into it, guys, make sure you download my workout app called Exerprise. It is a free download in the app and Play Store. And you can generate a ton of ab workouts as well as butt workouts. And you better be following her on Instagram, guys.
It's at Francesca and I.
Now let's not waste any more of your time and hop right into this video. Alright guys, so we're going to go through these 5 exercises and I'm going to explain them as I bring Francesca through to do them. So the first exercise we're going to do is the plank kick and reach. Alright, so you're going to go down to a normal plank position. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be kicking out with the back leg, bring it up to activate the glutes, and then at the same time as you're doing that, you're going to use the alternate arm out in front of you. So you're going to reach, get a little squeeze at the top, and then you come back down and go to the other side. That is really important. As you kick the back leg up, you really emphasize the highness of the leg so you can get as much glute activation as possible. And as you're reaching out, you really try to reach as far as you can in front of you, and you're gonna get as much core engagement as possible. So you can see we're working the glutes and working the glutes and the core at the exact same time, and you can see you have to stabilize the entire time. So it's not an easy exercise, but you're getting the maximal benefits of both these muscle groups. Alright guys, on the second exercise now, we're going to do feet elevated crunch bridges. So Francesca's going to lay down on her back, and you want to have the elevated surface in front of you, whether it's a bench, a chair, a couch, whatever you have access to, a yoga ball, and she's going to put her feet kind of on the edge of the surface, or wherever is most convenient, whatever you can get your hips as high as possible off the ground. Well, you're crunching up with the upper body. So you're squeezing the butt as you come up, thrusting the hips to the sky, and as she's doing that, she's crunching the upper body, activating the core as much as possible. So by bringing the hips up and squeezing the butt, you want to hold it for a second at the top to get as much glute activation as possible, and then as the upper body is coming up, she's squeezing the core, and again you're holding it for that second or two at the top, which is going to optimize that core activation as well. So you're getting the best of both worlds with this exercise, and you're really just working on that thrusting power to the sky, building the hip explosiveness as well as just that glute activation, and coming up with the upper body to get as much core activation as possible. Boom, boom, you're doing it all, guys. Now we're on to that third exercise, which is going to be the side plank hip abduction crunch. So Francesca's going to get onto the ground into that side plank position. She's going to be resting that body on the forearm, keeping the body in line. She's picking the top leg up as high as possible while crunching in with the upper body at the exact same time. So as she's picking that leg up as high as possible, getting as much hip and glute activation as possible while really firing at those obliques crunching in. And since she's doing it one-sided, you always want to make sure that you're matching the amount of reps you do on both sides to build symmetrically. You want to make sure that you're building that butt and, of course, those abs in the most symmetrical fashion as possible. And guys, we're really getting a ton of core stability by stabilizing your body in this position the entire time. Alright guys, now on to that fourth exercise, which is going to be cable crunch drives.
And we're going to go upstairs to do this one.
So Francesca's going to get into a kneeling position. Then she's going to grab the bar in a reverse grip so the palms are going to be facing her face. Now she's going to start off with the hips back and perform the crunch. Now by performing the crunch, think about bringing your elbows all the way into your knees to get a full range of motion. Now as she comes back from the crunch, the hips are going to thrust forward, and as she thrusts forward, she's going to squeeze the butt at the top and really get as much hip drive and then glute activation as possible. So the crunch is performing all of that core activity, and then by coming back and then thrusting forward is when you're getting all that glute activation. So guys, again, you're getting a ton of core activation while also stimulating the glutes and of course the hips as well, and getting the best of both worlds. Now on to the last exercise, so the fifth exercise of this video. It's going to be the Smith press thrust.
Alright guys, we're going to go back upstairs for this one.
Yeah. So for this exercise, Francesca's going to be lying on her back. She's going to set her feet up about shoulder width apart under the Smith bar. Now for the Smith bar placement at the beginning of the movement, you can set the self spotters up low enough so when you push up, you can start your range of motion, then not worrying about hitting the spotters on the way down, or you can set the self spotters up a little higher and unrack it with your feet, whatever is most convenient to you. But for the actual movement, I want you to think the first part of the movement like a vertical leg press. You're pressing your legs up straight up into the sky, and then when you get your legs fully extended, this is when you do that drive with your hips straight upward, so you're picking your butt off the ground, but you're pushing through the lower abs. So this is when you're getting a ton of core engagement, and then when you're coming back down, you want to come as low as possible and really squeeze the butt and get as much glute activation as possible. So again, this is a great combination exercise of explosive hip power, squeezing the butt, getting as glute getting as much glute activation as possible, and then when you're coming up and thrusting to the sky, getting as much core activation as possible. So you're getting the best of both worlds yet again, guys.
So I hope you guys liked this video while you're building a bigger butt and tightening the core.
Guys, for these exercises, we do recommend you do 10 to 15 reps of 3 to 4 sets to maximize the result. So make sure you smash that thumbs up button and click the notification bell so you never miss a new video upload from me. And of course, you guys better leave a comment if you want to see more collabs with Francesca and what you'd like to do. We can make it happen. Guys, follow her on Instagram one more time with your page.
At Francesca and I.
We will see you in the next video. Peace.
Bye, aliens.